Well, hello everybody. My name is Abbink. I'm reporting for GGA Sports Studio. We just finished up WWE Summer Slam, and I enjoyed myself. I don't think it. There were some weak moments. There were some great moments, but in the end, it paid off, and I think if you ask me, the moment of this pay per view, it was definitely the moment when Bray Wyatt comes out. Now I will talk about it when I come to the actually the match, because I will start from the first match to all the way to the end. I think that is the easiest way to do. I just have to load in my all my my details and stuff. So let's see. Anyway, I think it's this SummerSlam will be remembered. A lot happened actually in the card. We saw the retirement match of Trish Stratus. Well, as I said to you, we saw the birth of the Fiend, or the intro. It was amazing. I really enjoyed that entrance. I was talking with some friends about it. Wow, could definitely get some birth. And there were also moments that I thought to myself, really? But anyway. Let's start with the kickoff show. Drew Gulak, the first match against Oni Larnik. It was a typical 205 live match, and I don't want to go any further deeper in it. It was what it was. It was okay to watch that, but nothing further than that. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade. And I think I said more than enough about this matter. Then after that, Bobby Murphy versus Apollo Crews. Actually, more to further the storylines about Roman Reigns. What happened backstage. Was it really Rowan that did it or not? Because Rowan came in the match, he interfered, and Bobby Murphy got defeated Apollo Crews because of that by DQ, because of interference from Rowan. And because Bobby Murphy actually has said it was Rowan who did it, and blah blah blah. Question is it really true? And we can go even a third angle. And I was talking about a friend who came with a wonderful and great idea about the matter with Roman Reigns. I'll come to that second. Then Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, they defeated the Iconics. I think I said more than enough about this match. I think it was a typical kickoff show match. It could have also taken place on Raw or SmackDown. Nothing much more to it. I think Alexa is always still a great star. She knows how to bring it and to sell it. Nikki Cross, maybe in the future, but Iconics, whatever. Alright, and then we kicked off the main show with Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Really, and it was actually more the crowd was behind Becky. What I found was amazing, because they really tried so much that the audience should cheer Natty. It was a nice match to watch. Actually, it was quite a good build up. It told a very good story. I think it was equal chances, a lot of submission tries, and also about the story creating and submission match. The ropes doesn't count in this matter because I've seen also submission matches that did. You know, WWE likes to change that rule a little bit. They're not always harsh on the rules about the matter. Sorry, people, because it's already night here in Denmark. But Becky Lynch, she finally came over. She defeated Natalia, and she retained the women's title. I think it's going to be like this. She's going to keep the title to WrestleMania, where she will face Ronda Rousey again. From that matter, but that is future work. The belief is, people, that Ronda is coming back on the end of the year, or even at the Royal Rumble first, and then wins the Royal Rumble to challenge Becky. It's a very good scenario to build up like this. So, then we got Goldberg versus Ziggler. I was suspecting actually this match a little bit late on the card due to, well, it's a legend, you know how that goes. And yeah, well, it was more or less. It was funny though, if you look at the match, Dolph Ziggler got actually a super kick in. I thought, okay. What? You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a really quick match, nothing much to it, but then eventually spear, Jackman, knife, what was it? The body slam, and it was all she wrote. And the funny part is that then he started rambling in the microphone. Yeah, you didn't defeat me like a man to man, and blah blah blah. So he came out again, did the same again, squashed him again. And third man, you keep lying to yourself, and he came on like so. Third time he came out again. Goldberg, of course, and squashed again Dolph Ziggler. It was actually funny. I think it's also great. It gives also a little bit more that the match took a little bit longer time because otherwise, yeah, you know what I mean. It's to give a little bit more oomph because otherwise it really would be a damp. And I think it gave also a little bit more match. The match to tell a story by doing this, you know. You know, a really good story of the heel versus baby face. I mean, the heel should really, you know, in this matters, Dolph Ziggler, that he was squashed and won't deny defeat, keep lying to himself. Great story told in that way, in that matter. Then AJ Styles, great match. I really enjoyed this one versus Ricochet, and yeah, AJ Styles retains, and I think it's because they really want to build up this faction to grow better. You know, really make a dominant faction. I like that. Great thing. I just hope it comes in the end that they have to take on the New Day and they throw pancakes and then they get victorious or something. No, let them really be a vicious, heel faction, and let's slowly grow. Maybe one or two more members more. I read, well, the thing is, Finn Balor would be ideal, of course, because of the history with that. But Finn Balor is taking time off, and that was also in the match because of the Fiend, and I'll come to that. That would be ideal. Maybe, who knows, after when he comes back, he maybe joins them. Could be very interesting. Well, I'm a little tired of just WWE have these factions of three max men, and you could do a lot better. Okay, the next match, Baby vs Ember Moon. What I heard, a lot of people were dissatisfied in the arena. They went to the concession stand. They had to go take it was the bathroom match of the match. It didn't do much for me either. It was really, I think they really tried, but there was something not really over it. And I think it's also how they built this match up. It didn't make much sense. And I was already a little bit scared for this match, that it would go wrong. It's just sometimes when you do babyface versus babyface, it's not always working the best of it. I think it's always the best to go with the standard heel against the standard babyface. Babyface is not working. And the problem, I understand WWE why they did it, because what is the problem? And that is actually also WWE its own fault. They don't really have good heels, strong booked heels throws. Definitely not in the women's division. I mean, Lacey Evans got a title shot because she walked up and down the ring. I mean, seriously. And the only really good heel they have was Charlotte Flair, but she had this match with what is her name? With Trish Stratus. So what do you have left for Bayley to do as a champion? I mean, she has to defend the title. I mean, she's a women's champ of SmackDown. But there's no competition because it's so worthily booked. We focus too much on the baby faces to win. And WWE has also to realize, wait a second, we also need sometimes heels to win to get great competition. Because that's the problem now. The women division is actually slowly getting to a joke because the new women are being booked so poorly. I hope that Shayna Baszler is actually going up to the main roster because she maybe can fill that gap. She's a great fighter. I enjoyed her again last night on NXT TakeOver. She's amazing. She's phenomenal. And yeah. So let's hope that for women's wrestling. Alright, then the next match. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. There was a special enforced referee, that was Elias. And yeah, it brought something to the match. I think Elias is a great guy. He really brings something extra. But sometimes with Elias, I think he's becoming too much a joke of the same thing, because there was also on the kickoff show he did a song, and Edge actually came out, I forgot to tell you that, and speared Elias. You know what I mean? Because he was taking a crapper over Toronto. In this match, actually, with Kevin Owens, he really, tried to be the annoying factor and pulled sometimes the ref out. What did a lot of good for the match. That was really good done. So he really played a very good role in this match. And I like that. I think Elias can do it, but sometimes how they book him is wrong. And that's not Elias' fault, of course. That's WWE's fault for that matter. But I like the match. But Kevin Owens, he won over Shane McMahon. And yeah. Then we saw Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus. Charlotte Flair went over as it's usual in these retirement matches, being this last, it always loses. And well, I think he saw satisfaction, of course, that was suspected. Was fun though, because even Trish Stratus went so far to put the figure 8 on what is her name, on Charlotte Flair. Eventually, yeah, you know, Charlotte went over, and there was also suspected that's a normal old rule. If you're retired, you lose. You go, as they say, you're retired by you always in your retirement you go out on your back, and that's a true fact. And why? That's because then you can pull over the younger talent, rightfully so, because they have still the future. You know what I mean? You just can go home. And I think it did good. It really told a good story from, well, you know, it's the end, you know, I gave it all. You know, I'm coming on a certain age, I can't do this anymore. That's the basic story. Well, actually, the match was talent and greatly told. Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. Both were counted out. Didn't do much for me, this match. It really didn't. I thought the match was actually disappointed. This was one of these disappointing matches on SummerSlam. So, but I think it's a build-up towards Hell in a Cell. They probably will do the same match again in Hell in a Cell. What I then hope they use the cell. Because I think it's just a build-up. Because if you now look at it, it doesn't make sense. But if you build it up towards Hell in a Cell, that you have a stipulation on a match, then I can understand it. Because this was utterly, totally, and BS. Sorry I say so. There was not much to it. It was boring and lackluster. Then the Fiend. The moment was there. The moment of SummerSlam was there. Oh my God. Finn Balor came out first, and then the entrance of the Fiend. People, I'll be honest, it's very hard to impress me today. It's very difficult. I was impressed yesterday with the match with Gargano and was this well, I can't remember his name. Again, yes, I'm bad with names. That match really impressed me. I thought, well, that was it. But this entrance so impressed me. It was on a level of an entrance like The Undertaker. It was amazing. He had a lamp with him in the form of the face of Bray Wyatt. So it represents, it's like, you know, I stepped out of my innkeeper's body, you know, to take over. And, you know, he's like, Bray Wyatt is this person, but he has this angry demon inside. I think that is the way you can tell his entrance. And what the demon finally came out, and he still has the head of Bray Wyatt, and in the form of a lamb. Oh my God, and the music to it, it was so perfect, people. This you have to go see. This entrance. I was totally knocked over by impression. I was something, what the fuck are we seeing here tonight? I was blown away. And that doesn't happen very often. But this it did. This made SummerSlam for me. I can tell you that. Amazing. And it was just the entrance. The match was great. It was just a squash match. But this entrance, it told such a good story on who Bray Wyatt is. It reflected so perfectly towards the Funhouse Fire thingy. And I was talking with some friends about it. What do you do next? Well, easy. Why not build in that, for example, with Roman Reigns, that it's all Bray Wyatt who's behind the attacks. Like a mystic cloud. And build up the feud, because the thing is, Finn Balor, he's taking some time off. So you can build easily now towards Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And do really these crazy sketches. Build this up towards Hell in a Cell. And when it comes to Hell in a Cell, don't use every week this entrance. Do the Funhouse thingy, do the sketches, but don't come out. And let them come out towards the next pay-per-view. Not every week on television, because then it will ruin. I think this entrance, was amazing. I would love to see it every week, but I think if you do it every week, it ruins it. Keep it as a special thing. So keep Bray Wyatt he suddenly showed what was done so great. For example, that suddenly lights go off and all the lights shattering and all that kind of stuff. That's great, but it's not matches. Don't let them do matches. But when the time is right, when he has the match on the pay-per-view, then you can do it. Because it will tell a perfect story. Hidden, the darkness, you don't know when it's coming. That storyline you could do. That story can be told with this entrance. And you can do so much with this. I'm still impressed by it. I don't know if you can hear it on me, but I'm so woo. I'm really. This makes Summer Slam for me. I could tear it out. I would not have even minded if this went on last. But we had another match on last. And it was actually a bad match. Really don't. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I think that we saw this match. And Seth really got in the beginning as offense in, then switched back to Brock. He used the so-called injuries. The match perfectly connected towards the storyline that was being used. I think that is great. And now, Brock has lost the title again towards Seth. And the problem I have with that is, and it's not because I want to see Brock win, but now the title goes from one pay-per-view to another guy, to the next guy. You keep switching. That makes actually the title look a little bit weak if you do that too often. So let the title keep on Brock on Seth for a while. I don't know what they're going to do with Brock. I really don't. There's rumors he has a contract towards after WrestleMania. So what's next? I don't think Brock will do the smaller pay-per-views, but I think they also need him in a way towards the fight with AEW. I mean, the Fiend, I mean, that's a great weapon for AEW. But what I will do is, I think this coming week, I'll do somewhere a podcast about the Fiend, if you like. Going to talk about what you can do and how to build one. I think that I'll put it up. I like that. Really have a big discussion about it. This was amazing, people. This was really amazing. I really enjoyed this. The Fiend, by the way. Brock Lesnar's match was actually okay. It told a good story. A lot of aggression, a lot of strength in this match. And in the end, Seth Rollins stood tall. And it was actually suspected because I was talking with John, my buddy, about it. He said, just watch. You know, he's totally destroyed it, put him in so-called hospital, and then watch. You watch. He said already, Sunday. Seth is standing tall. And he was right. He was right. I was actually thinking more Brock because of they don't want to throw around the title too much. WWE, I don't think they don't give a fuck about that matter. So yeah. Well, I think we told a great story, and this I liked SummerSlam. I think it was very good. I don't think it's the best SummerSlam we've seen. I don't think that. And what made SummerSlam for me was actually the Fiend. It really did. I think if it was not there, it would have been a lot worse, this pay-per-view. It really did. Now, a grade from 1 to 10. 10 being great, awesome and stuff, and 1 crap, you know. I will go with a 9,8, something like that. And why? It's because of the Fiend. I think if it was not there, it would probably have been a 6 or 7. So much impact had that on me on SummerSlam. So, I enjoyed SummerSlam. I really did. Let me know what you think about SummerSlam. What was your moment? Let me know what you thought about the Fiend, the entrance, the whole thing around it, and the possibilities of what you can do. And yeah, let's hope it's been telling a great story, and I hope WWE don't fuck it up. I really don't hope so, because that's what I'm scared for. But yeah, who am I? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. My name is jan-jaap. I'm really looking forward to hear from you guys what you thought about SummerSlam. Put it in the comment box. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/DJ Sports Studio. Don't forget to check us on djsportstudio.com, of course. We're on djsportstudio.tumblr.com, pinterest.com/DJ LiveTube, youtube.com/DJ LiveTube. We are on vk.com/DJ Sports Studio, and of course you can tweet with us and sending a tweet to @DJ Sports Studio. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is jan-jaap, and I'm reporting for DJ Sports Studio. Take care. I hope you enjoyed SummerSlam, and yeah, have a great one, people. Ciao.